Hey everybody, welcome right back to the channel. Welcome right back to the channel. It's been crazy these last few days. I mean, it's been really fun, really exciting basketball being played for certain, man. It's been unbelievable. These two games, the playoffs as a whole has been to me real fun, really creative, really amazing. Um, but the conference finals games, game one, are already at historical levels, and we were just in game one of these conference finals, in the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals. But listen, before we get into that, plus other things, like some breaking crazy news too. Um, my name is Isaiah Austin. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the IDA Kings Video Production channel. If you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the videos, hit the like button on all the videos. And if you can do me a favor and hit the hype button and the notification bell to know when I upload and post new videos on the notification bell, you can do that for me as well. Please comment, share the videos, all that good stuff for me. Appreciate y'all, man. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in basketball. I mean, crazy work. The first game on Monday was the Thunder versus Spurs. That game is one of the best playoff games I have seen since 2010. I'm just being honest. It might be the best one since 2010. And I've seen a lot of great games for a long time since I was a kid. I've seen some great basketball games, seen some legendary players do some legendary things. And I'm going to tell you this, Wemby is at a level that most people have never reached, and he's only in his third season. Okay, the first quarter was really entertaining. Alex Caruso did some real good stuff throughout that first quarter, really that first half too. Throughout really the game, he had 31 points over on the game, hit like 6 threes plus. He was really hooping, man. He was balling. He was doing his thing. The Thunder has some up and downs. The way they played SGA, the Spurs did, was magical. They forced the ball out of his hands. They forced him into missed shots. They forced him into some tough situations, right? The first half, he was struggling really all the way up to the fourth quarter, man. He was struggling for a while, man. He was still struggling. He only made 7 shots out of 23 attempts. And I believe he had 24 points, got to the free throw line 9 times, only missed 1. But they did a lot of great stuff on him. Wemby was fantastic. The Thunder did not attack that rim when Wemby was in the game. It was a whole different demeanor. When Wemby's in the basketball game, I don't know if I've seen this in a long time. I mean, historically, there's some players who can really deter people from the rim, but there are still teams that would try to attack the rim, right? Even against legendary big men who can block shots. Like Bol, Mutombo, Hakeem, even Tim Duncan, other great shot blockers throughout history. Blocking shots, Will Chamberlain, different players like that. But Wemby was a different animal, was out of control. He could dominate the game. He had like 40 plus points, like dominated on the glass, just dominated from top to bottom, making shots, all type of stuff, man. Wemby was historically great. That was one of the best performances I've seen as well, and he was magical. He was just flat out fantastic. 24 rebounds. He almost had 10 offensive rebounds. Castle had 11 assists but 11 turnovers, which was wild to me. The game overall was a little close. The Thunder was coming back in the game. They were down by 10 points in the fourth, came back in the game. In that first overtime, though, when they got to overtime, man, it was 1-on-1 to 1-on-1. Okay. And the Thunder, even though they had some ups and downs, they only had 17 points in the second quarter, they still did a good job getting to overtime. And then, the Spurs still grinded. They had 2 overtimes. The first one ended in like 7-7, if I'm not mistaken. And then the second one, the Spurs ended up winning 14-7. The last play, Wemby ended up blocking Jalen Williams, even though that it wasn't no bearing. You know what I mean? It was crazy how great the game was. Chet Holmgren didn't get a lot of shot attempts. Mitchell, who was great against the Lakers, was struggling a little bit too. Hartenstein was struggling. There was some struggles from a few players, especially mostly in the starting lineup, Luke Dort. But the bench, to me, was keeping him in the game. Alex Caruso was really good as well. Like I said, he was the best player on the floor. Jalen Williams wasn't bad either, coming back from the hamstring injury after like almost a month out, if not a month. But man, Wemby was the real deal. Wemby was the star. Wemby did things defensively that most players all time have never done. And he was just fantastic, man. He was fantastic, flat out fantastic, blocking shots all over the place. I mean, sending shots down all the way, man. Just cooking them, blocking all type of shots, dominating the shot blocking, man. Making the right plays, not forcing it. Harper, he shot a little bit rough, but, he had 6 assists, no turnovers. He did a great job starting over Wemby. I mean, sorry, not Wemby, but De'Aaron Fox, who's out. I believe he might be in for the next game they play tonight, if I'm not mistaken. But again, the Thunder got to find a way to get into that paint. They got to find a way to attack the paint as well. So hopefully they can do that. It's gonna be hard to do that with Wemby. And I'm telling you, if the Spurs play the way that they played on Monday, they can win this series, right? The Thunder gotta try to attack the paint. They gotta find a way to get other players involved, which they tried, but players got to step up. I think Holmgren, Hartenstein, they gotta be able to make shots at the rim. They gotta be able to attack the paint inside against Wemby and Cornette. They got to. And Cornette's a real good rim protector too, but he different compared to Wemby, man. That's why they're not even trying to attack Wemby, because they know how different he is. But here's another game that was kind of crazy too. I mean, this was another great game. That was one of the best games I've seen in a while since 2010. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's just crazy to me how crazy this game was. Magical stuff happened, right? The Cavs started out on a great run, great run. But then the Knicks started getting in front, really doing a lot of great things. Started getting that crowd involved. But then the Cavs started pulling back, coming back. They were. It was like, I think it was around, it was like 48-46 at halftime. The Cavs were turning the ball over in the first half a lot. The Knicks were missing a lot of shots. Came off a little rusty after a while off. Sweeping the 76ers, winning about 7 games straight. But then the Cavs, man, were dominating that third quarter, even the fourth quarter, making plays, making shots. Donovan Mitchell taking it to the rim, beating them down. Okay, it was a lot of struggles. The Knicks were struggling in the Garden. With 7 minutes and about 40 seconds left, the Cavs were up 22 points, thinking the win is in the bag. But Jalen Brunson started taking over the game. He just started taking over. The Knicks started grinding on them and taking over. Donovan Mitchell and James Harden made 2 shots out of the last 10 attempts that they had combined. Okay? They struggled in the fourth quarter with about under 8 minutes left, all the way until overtime. They were missing shots. Players were struggling. It got real tight for the Cavs really quick, and the Garden started getting alive, and it started becoming a movie really fast. It went into overtime, 1-on-1 to 1-on-1. Mike Brown tried to get a timeout. Should have had the timeout. The refs didn't pay attention. Don't know why they were not paying attention. But then we went to overtime, and the Knicks started dominating, making 10 straight points, I believe. It was 110 to 1-on-1. The Cavs called a timeout. Then Max Strus ended up getting a shot, but the rest was history from there. It was Max Strus he made the only point. It was 104 to 115 the end of the game. Max Strus was the only one that scored in the entire overtime period with a 3. It was unbelievable what I watched. It was some of the most magical stuff I've ever seen the Knicks do. Okay, ever. And I've loved basketball. I was born in the 90s and mid 90s. Man, I love basketball. And this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen the Knicks do. Jalen Brunson is borderline probably the best Knick player in the history of the franchise. And I think he might be the best Knick player I've ever seen play basketball. And I've seen Carmelo play. I've even seen a little bit. Patrick Ewing is he's older. He's older. He was in the finals. Really he got injured and he didn't really play in the finals. When Tim Duncan and them beat him, the Spurs. But I'm telling you, man, Jalen Brunson, Bernard King's a great player. So that's why it's really close. But I'm telling you right now, what Brunson's doing is unbelievable. It's crazy work. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's doing some unbelievable stuff, man. I got to give credit where credit is due. Karl-Anthony Towns was passing the ball. He had 7 turnovers. He struggled in the game. Was getting a lot of stuff. Josh Hart, though, was amazing. He was the heart and soul Mikal Bridges was balling. OG coming off I think he had a hamstring or something coming off that injury. He was struggling a little bit, but I think he'll be fine. But Jalen Brunson was the star. I know he was 1 for 6 from three or 1 for 7, but he was balling, man. He was making shots, and everything of that nature. Shamit did a great job coming off that bench, man. 9 points, man. And Alvarado gave a spark. Even Clarkson gave a spark too. Robinson was really dominant, man. He didn't play a lot of minutes, but he was dominant, man. Like when he came on that floor, he was dominant. Mobley struggled shooting the ball, but he was getting rebounds. He was defending at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Allen also, he missed a lot of free throws. He was defending at a great level too, but he missed a lot of free throws. They missed a lot of free throws too. James Harden, though, he struggled bad. I mean, last 2 games, game 7, he struggled. And in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals, man, it was just bad, man. Not good basketball from James Harden. But Donovan Mitchell did everything he could. He shot over 50%. He was shooting well from the three. He had a few turnovers though, but he did everything he could, man. I ain't gonna lie. Donovan Mitchell balled out in that game too. But man, that game was fun. It was unbelievable. Coming back from 22. James Harden got to be better. I think that's one of the biggest things is he got to play better. And I know Mobley could, guys shoot a little better. But overall, I like his rebounding. I like his defense too. He just got to make some shots and stuff like that. He just got to make shots. He got to try to, make some more shots. Probably get a few more touches. But overall, they need James Harden to play way better. Way better. I think Wade was real good too. He was 3 for 5 from the three. Did a great job from the three. Came in, didn't turn the ball over. Got rebounds, got a few assists. He did a good job defensively as well, as best as he could. I thought Max Strus and Merrill did some really good things, especially Merrill, man. Merrill was balling. Shooter got to be better too, but overall, man, I'm telling you right now, it was crazy. It was crazy. These first 2 games were out of control. Wednesday, okay, we got tonight, we got the Spurs versus Thunder. I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be fun. Man, I'm excited. I can't wait to see how the Thunder bounce back, and I can't wait because the Spurs are hungry, man. They're a young team, they ready to go, just like the Thunder were ready to go last season. You know what I'm saying? And they're ready to go. They're hungry, so they not gonna satisfy with only 1 win in game 1. They want to be greedy and get game 2, but the Thunder don't want them to be greedy. The Thunder want them to not be greedy. They want to come in and get game 2, so that's gonna be a fun one. And then the Knicks took something away from the Cavs, but the Cavs got to find it. The Cavs got to be motivated and say, hold on, we can't let this happen again. And they got to get game 2. But game 2 could be the Knicks too, because the Knicks are trying to take the heart and soul from them Cavs after getting that game 1 and giving them a heartbreaker. That was a classic. Both of the games were instant historical classics. They were historical classics. They were legendary classics. They were magical classics. And they're going to go down in the history books. Okay. Also, this is the first time that the game 1s in the conference finals games both went in overtime. Both games ended up in regulation. The Thunder and the Spurs, they were tied at end of regulation, 101 to 101. That was the same score for the Knicks and Cavs, tied down in regulation at the end of regulation, going to overtime. That was historical stuff happening all over the place. Another crazy thing that was happening too, hockey, man. Hockey playoffs has been unbelievable, man, as well, man, a little bit. Some crazy scoring, some great defense. Watched a few hockey games overall, and I'm going to tell you this, man. Hockey's really fun. I ain't going to lie. I got to get more into hockey. That's a fun sport. I ain't going to lie. When you watch it, I'm like, God dang, I see why people love watching a hockey game and go to the games, man. I like seeing that, man. I like seeing that. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I like seeing that, man. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. The Canadians ended up winning that game 7, okay, against the Sabres. Won that game 7. After losing that game 6. That was pretty crazy. But now we're in the conference finals. You get what I'm saying? We're in that conference finals. That's where we're at now. And stuff like that. Pretty interesting stuff happening. Different things. It was shocking that the Canadians did win. Now they do play against the Hurricanes May 21st at 8 p.m. on TNT and True TV. And then tonight, right, we got the Golden Knights versus Avalanche on ESPN at 8 p.m. All right, don't miss that. That's going to be fun stuff right there. And then another breaking news in football: Aaron Rodgers officially said in a press conference that this is his last season. He will be retiring after this um, NFL season with the Steelers. So you know, now Flores, I'm gonna be giving him his flowers throughout the year, um, all year. But um, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the sport. So definitely gonna be missed, man. He's a go tier type player when it comes to that quarterback position, man. And he's one of the best, man. He's one of the best. And if he had me, and there are times where he went against some great players, some great talented teams. So, it's definitely gonna be missed, man. But overall, it's been a fun. It's gonna be a fun year in the NFL anyway, too. We can't wait. Okay, gonna be talking about some of the drafts too. Gonna be talking about a lot of different stuff coming up with the season, college football too. So, and hey, we got a lot of other stuff on this channel too. Don't you worry. It's gonna be a lot of stuff coming. So pretty excited about it. But overall, man, it's been fun. I hope y'all love the channel, man. Again, if you like the channel, love the channel, hit the subscribe button on the channel. If you love the videos too, hit the like button on all the videos, okay? Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell and hit the hype button for me. Hit that button for me, man. Hit all them buttons, okay? Share the video, all that good stuff. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Be safe out there. Peace.